showtime! Woo! 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 Styling and profiling. Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report on the Buffalo Fan Base Network. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. What's going on, brother?
It's top 10 night, brother. It's top 10 night.
Finally, huh? We reached the fifth and final episode of a project. I will call this a project because it took a lot of work from me, from you, from Justice, to the fan base, to a lot of people behind the scenes that helped us out with this. I want to say thank you. And but it was really fun and well worth it. And I hope you guys out there that are watching enjoyed it. But we are on the top 10 tonight. But we are going to start with some training camp talk first, Mikey, because it was interesting. From the beginning from the beginning on. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Micah Hyde thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We dodged a bullet, brother. We did. When he went down, saw the reports that he was carted off. No one really knew. They said he limped off. Well, I also watched Trey limp off in that Thanksgiving game, so it was a little nerve-wracking. But to hear that he was just going to be out, he missed one practice and he's back. Fantastic news.
Oh, dude, for sure. And Chewy, I almost called Chewy Tommy. Chewy, I haven't been drinking that much, I swear. I would play the Led Zeppelin, but I will tell you this: Led Zeppelin is one of the number one copyrighted. Like YouTube is so picky, you could play like a half a second of a Led Zeppelin song, and you're out of there. So can't do that, unfortunately. So, but yeah, Micah Hyde, I was like, oh no, Mikey. I was like, not one of our best, like I don't want anyone hurt, but once I kind of heard that he was in the cart, but he was in the front car, then I was like, okay. And then I heard hip bruise. I'm like, it's nothing. And then he was right back at camp today, by the way. Mm-hmm. So it was a day-to-day thing. It was like it was more just, hey,
just don't want
to, just soreness. And they're just putting pads on now, and it's going to happen. You're going to see a couple more players like that are going to miss some time due to some, soreness, stuff like that early on. But that's okay. Next big thing was Josh Allen and Jordan Phillips. What's your takes on that?
I can only really speak to what I've heard. I watched it, and he swiped at him. But I was listening to our boy Kyle Brandt and the fellas over there at Good Morning Football talk about it. And one of the guys said he was there. Him and Mike Robb were out there. He said it actually stemmed from a different quarterback getting hit on the arm, and the ball went straight up. So Josh was a little testy as it was. So when he got touched, he decided to, stick up for the red shirts. But, I like that Josh is feisty. He's not changing who he is. And also Jordan Phillips is feisty. And,
and I heard he's been a dog in camp.
Mm-hmm. And the D line is just eating in camp right now.
Yeah.
But ultimately, he needs to be safe. Keep him safe.
Sure,
Wrap that boy in bubble wrap and keep him safe. But you know what? It's why the guys love him so much. Is because he is a football player through and through.
Yeah. I was listening to Kyle Brandt that said he had a good point. He was saying like there's just a lot on his mind, like winning or whatever. And like that takes effect into it, like he doesn't want to get hurt, whatever. Like it was very soft, to be honest with you.
Joe Marino went on a long rant about that, about like how he, put himself in Josh's shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Like all the pressure but I also think it's a little bit more to it too. I think the pads are on. Josh is a competitor, and I think just they're all like they're in dorms now. They're the weather's hot. Like there's just a lot to it, right? And football's just starting back up, so a little irritation probably too. But this is nothing new, by the way. This happens in camp. Every NFL team goes through this, right? So it wasn't anything major. It wasn't fists being thrown. Josh hopefully is smarter than that, right? It was a shove. He didn't throw a punch where he could break his throwing hand.
It was done within a minute. Like
I tell you, the only part I didn't like out of that whole thing, Mikey. Not a lot of people talk about it, but I didn't like. I think it was Stephon Diggs and McKenzie.
It was Diggs and Davis.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. Could cause an injury. Like to be honest with you, jumping on a pile like that, someone could have blown their knee out. I'm just saying. Yeah. That part I don't like. Like I don't mind the pushing and shoving. But when you jump on a pile, you never know. You just never know. Someone's. So, anyways, other than that, offensive line.
I will tell you,
not looking that great.
Yeah. Speaking of the offensive line, I will tell you, it's probably why Josh was so irritated, because that defensive line's been eating the offensive line, and it's not our normal offensive line; it's a bunch of our backup offensive linemen, and our defensive line is just taking them to town right now.
Yeah, but it's early. It's early.
It is.
It always happens. Like I remember one year, I don't remember. I think it was last year or the year before. It was the opposite way. Like we were just killing the defense. Defense had no, you know what I mean? And then the defense will kill the offense like a week later. So I just think everyone's starting to get into form again. So I'm not taking any of this like where I'm like, time to worry.
No,
like
I'm not
yet.
We have 3 of our starting 5 not practicing right now.
Exactly.
I mean, projected starting 5, I should say.
Yeah, and Dion was out. Dion was out a couple.
Well, then when we had 4, Mitch was the only one left. We haven't seen Saffold yet because of the car accident. Bates went down before pads went on, and he hadn't practiced yet. We haven't seen Spencer Brown at all because he's recovering from a back surgery. So I mean, at the end of the day, we have a bunch of rotation guys in there getting
in
beat
different
up.
Positions.
Yeah, like we had like today. I think we had Bobby Hart at left guard.
Oh God.
So, I mean, we're just moving guys around. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it is what it is. But other than that, training camps, I think it's been good. I think the fan, what the best thing about it, they're back. They're back in Rochester, and the fans are loving it, man. They are loving it.
One of the biggest sleepers, and everyone's starting to talk about it, is Isaiah McKenzie has taken hold of that slot job. Like we haven't even seen Crowder because he's been hurt.
Right, he's been on the now today. He was he was back. He was finally had his first day of practice, but I think they were like easing him in, so he didn't
he did position drills. He didn't do teamwork.
So I still think he gets the job, but it's good to see that McKenzie.
I don't know if he's going to get the job.
Well, we'll see.
Really don't.
I mean, it's so early. It's so early to tell. Like I preseason will mean a lot. We'll see what happens.
If McKenzie plays like he has been, like in the games, like he has been in practice, it's going to be hard for Crowder to take his job.
Lose him. I get it.
I think Crowder makes the team. I just don't know if he's going to be the primary slot.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. Listen, and I remember when we talked about this, and I told you about this, Josh Allen being comfortable with his receivers. And sometimes it takes a while. Well, Isaiah's been there since 2018. And I think he earned the trust of Josh Allen. And Josh is starting to realize that he could throw the ball to McKenzie, and McKenzie will make a play. And to be fair, anytime McKenzie's number been called, he's played pretty well. So to your point, maybe he does earn that and get that spot. Because listen, Crowder, I like his game, but if he's not on the field practicing with Josh right now, he's losing that connection that they need to have.
Yeah, he's losing that time
to
work with
is 100%. So
because once
good.
preseason games start, you're not going to get as many reps during the week. You know what I mean?
What does it say? Rumor alert. Elam is the real.
Yeah,
Oh,
rumor
dude,
alert. Elam's the real deal.
Kyrie
Listen,
Elam has been playing
he's
very
he
good.
started
so far.
down. He has started to trend up. He's a sponge, is what they say. We'll really know once we get into preseason games when he's not going against his own guys. That's when I'll really tell you, you know. But he sounds like he has all the makings of doing what he needs to do. He reminds me of Trey White. Remember when Trey first came in? Tommy, everyone talked about how smart he was and how he just picked up and he had all the talent and just needed to put it together. He reminds me so much of that type of, you know what I mean? Late first round pick.
Oh, dude.
You know, just
I
not
was
like the fourth corner taken. You know, like it's so much reminds me of Trey White.
It does, man. I think I hate to say it, but you know, my reaction on draft day.
Well, it's because you fell in love with the guy.
I did. It's just, you know, it's one of those things, and it happens. You know what I mean? But once, like I told you, once I sat down and saw his you know, workouts, his college tape, man, this guy, and I just like the fact that he's so motivated. He wants to learn. He wants to get knowledge from the older guys, the Trey Whites, the Micah Hyde, the Jordan Poyers. Like, they're all saying he's asking questions, like, and that's great. Like, these are vets. These are great vets. These are the number one
best
defense in the league last year.
Yeah,
right.
Best mentors you could have.
So yeah, to answer your question, Kyrie Elam so far. Now let's see when preseason starts and regular season. He looks like the real deal, and I'm very happy that Brandon Beane selected him with the first round pick.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mikey, top 10. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm absolutely ready.
Okay.
You want to we'll do the recap real quick from last week. So go ahead and put my slide up.
Yeah. Mookie Hawkins, guys, is joining us for 20 minutes. So I sent him the link. We'll see if he can hop on.
Okay.
So yeah. So let's get a recap real quick.
Yep.
While we're waiting on him.
So from 30 to 11 last week, we had Will Wolford, Shane Conlon, LaShawn McCoy, Terrence McGee, Aaron Schobel, Nate Odoms, the tackling machine London Fletcher, Stu Barber, wide receiver James Lofton. Then we had Stephon Diggs cracking 21. Then we had Fred Summerless, Ruben Brown, who I still think should be higher on this list. That guy is a man child. Joe Ferguson, Jim Richter, Biscuit, Cornelius Bennett, Tom Sestic, Cookie Gilchrist, who still crazy. He only played 6 years, and he was, you know, like his whole like stat things just blows my mind. The man Kyle Williams, the heart and soul of the turnaround. Then center Kent Hall, and your favorite Buffalo Bill of all time, Eric Moulds.
Eric Moulds, baby, should be in the top 10, but any guy there besides the one we agree on? I'm just being honest with you. I mean, in my opinion, anybody besides Ruben Brown that we both agree on that you think maybe should have been higher or lower, right here from 30 to 11.
Ruben Brown's the one that really sticks out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that everyone else kind of fits in this range. You can adjust them how you want. You know what I mean? You can go through each guy. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion on it. Yeah. So I think these guys kind of fit this area really well.
I think you could have made an argument. I mean, at least for me, to McGee up a couple spots. I mean, probably. I'm just, for what he did, like overall what he did, he was good at multiple.
I mean, he's part of the Bills all-time team as their punt returner.
Yeah, but he was a very good corner too.
Yeah, I mean, he was a fantastic corner.
Yeah, so like but once again, it's just so tough to move a guy down or up, and because they're all solid to great players here.
Yeah. Wait until you see the difference between. I'll tell you, because I spent this weekend doing some of these slides. Wait until you see the difference between 10 to 5 and the top 4. It's a major difference.
Oh yeah. It's not even close. So let's get right into it, Mikey.
All
right. So coming in at number 10, it's kind of funny, guys, because coming in at number 10 last year was Josh Allen.
All right, the man child, the prototype, our quarterback, Josh Allen. Drafted him in 2018. Quarterback today, gonna be our quarterback for long term. Franchise guy. Second team All Pro selection in 2020. Pro Bowl selection in 2020. He was selected in 2021. Chose not to go. Holds single season records in passing attempts, completions, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. He also has the top 2 quarterback seasons ever in the Bills' history. So not only does he hold the season records, he holds the second slot in each of those as well. And he ranks 3rd in team history already in completions with 1,245, passing touchdowns with 103, rushing touchdowns with 31, and 4th in team history in passing attempts with 1,999 and passing yards with 14,114. He'll move into 3rd this year.
Right.
The guy's just climbing the record boards for us.
And this is why, to answer your question, Chewy, this is why he is in the top 10, because of everything he's done in a short amount of time as the Buffalo Bills quarterback, the leader of the football team. It's deserved. I mean, kind of like, and I brung it up when I pulled his name up. He was number 10 last year, 2021,
Yep.
NFL top 100. He moved from 87 to 10 because of his accomplishments, what he does on the football field. I mean, it's not just he's like the heart and soul right now of this team. He really is. He's a true leader.
Yep.
And he's done, to be honest with you, he's put the work in to get to this spot as a number 10, because let's be real here. How many great quarterbacks have gone through Buffalo, right? We got Jim Kelly, right? Josh Allen. I mean, Ferguson. We
got about 4 in our history.
Yeah, it starts to dwindle down though,
Yeah.
So this guy's already setting records, right? He's already gotten us to the playoffs, the second season.
Got
right?
the championship game.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, and he's done better each season. So, like, he's improving, and he still hasn't really hit his ceiling yet.
He doesn't. I don't know if he has a ceiling. He's one of those guys who just continuously gets better, works on his craft. Like, I don't know what his ceiling should be. And I'll tell you, Earl, he should be higher. He was higher on my individual list. I will tell you, but after I did all of the slides for this, I think he's perfect at 10.
Hey, Mookie's here. Mookie! What up,
going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy? Hey, I guess now that you're on perfect timing, Earl coming in saying Josh Allen should be higher than 10. I know that you know the list offhand, so without you saying it, do you think he should be a little higher on this list, or 10 is about right for Josh Allen right now?
10 is about right with Josh right now. He barely just got in the top 10. You know what I mean? Right now.
He did. Yeah,
so 10, I think 10 is a good spot for Josh. Okay. I mean, we do have 9 other guys that, as far as like all time, Josh is still playing. So, 10 is a good spot for Josh.
Right. And remember, guys, in 2-3 years when we redo this list,
he'll probably be higher.
Yeah, I would think. I really would think. Mookie, real quick, I know you're limited on time. Anybody on the list that we've done so far that you felt like should have been higher or lower that we named, or you didn't see the list offhand that you remember?
I know it was Gilmore. Gilmore
That's
was a little high.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think Flutie should have been higher than where he was.
Okay. What about Ruben Brown?
I really didn't have issues with the top 100. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And me and Mikey thought Ruben Brown should have been a little higher.
Yeah.
Though he was in the top 20, right? He was 20. Forget his number exactly, but he was in there. But yeah, let me play a quick clip here of Josh Allen doing his thing on the football field, guys, and then we'll get to the next guy. All right. Do it.
In the playoffs, the plays that he made was them sideline throws. It hit ball on the money. Everything had to be on point.
Going deep downfield. He's got it. Are you kidding me?
Big time throw, and most guys don't have the guts to do that, but that just symbolizes Josh. He's a guy that's confident in who he is and in his ability, he's going to take chances for the team.
He waited for that to develop and laid that out there. Perfect.
Allen steps up, jumps over the defenders to pick up the first. Now, how many?
Yeah. So the dude pretty much can do it all. And that's just little. I couldn't put much more because copyright, guys. So
Yeah. He has a ton of clips already.
He is like a Swiss Army knife quarterback that is 6'5", 240 pounds, I think he is, and that can move and that can run you over. He's not afraid to run you over to get the extra yard.
He needs to be afraid. Make the man get down.
Right.
Someone teach him to slide.
But I'll tell you what, it will probably never happen. But we will teach him to get out of bounds a little bit more often. I'll tell you that will happen. But in his mind, though, I think no matter what, if there's a 4th and 2, 4th and 1, and if the play's called for him, he's going to do whatever it takes to get that yardage. If that has to be going through a player, he's just going to do it. Like he's not scared of contact, and but the quarterback draws have to stop for sure. Hey, what's going on? Justice has joined us. How you doing, Justice?
Hey, what's going on, boys? I mean, I see I came in during, Josh Allen being announced at the number 10 position. And I mean, he's the most talented quarterback in NFL history, the most talented quarterback to ever pick up a football. So, I mean, numbers 2 through 9 are just lucky that we didn't do this a year later, because they probably would be moved down a spot, because he will be the number 2 player by next year after the Super Bowl MVP season. So it's dope to see him at number 10 here.
Yeah. Listen, I it's hard to disagree with that if we win a Super Bowl, which I believe we will, because it hasn't been done in Buffalo. We all know this. We've been waiting for this. There's people that unfortunately aren't around anymore that have waited for a Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. And if he makes it happen, then yeah, you could consider him the man of Buffalo. Like, he is the guy. So it'd be hard to not put him up there on that.
You need a few to pass Bruce, though, because Bruce is different.
Bruce is I guess we can all say Bruce. You guys will already know, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Anything else, guys, on Josh Allen before we move on to number 9?
I'm such an idiot. What is wrong with me? Oh,
it's all good.
Leave Justice come in and just blow it.
Right. Oh my God. Wow.
It's all good, man. It's all good. All right, we're moving on now, guys, to number 9. Coming in at number 9, Steve Tasker.
Steve Tasker played from 1986 to 1997, wide receiver, special teamer. 7-time Pro Bowl selections, 87 and 1990, and he was from 90 through 95. A member of the Bills' all-time team, Wall of Fame member 2007, is considered the greatest special teams player in NFL history. Had 7 career blocked punts, was credited with 204 tackles. Oh, on offense also, 2 of his final 3 years, he started being a receiver, and he had 51 catches for 779 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah,
he's the gold standard on special teams.
It's what I think me and Mikey actually talked about this last week, because somebody brought up Devin Hester, and I said Devin Hester should be in the Hall of Fame because of what he did as a special teamer, and he was the best ever to do it. Steve Tasker was the best ever, in my opinion, to do it as a special team player. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I think he'll get there one day, but man, it's kind of crazy that he keeps getting passed up. Mookie, what do you think about Steve, man?
They invented that position in the Pro Bowl because of Steve Tasker. Remember, that position wasn't in the Pro Bowl until Steve Tasker, was doing what he was doing, and then, they made it a position in the Pro Bowl. So he should definitely be in the Hall of Fame because of that. And you're right. I mean, Devin Hester pretty much has just about every kick return record there could be named. He's definitely should be. Those two are definitely the first 2 that should, be elected to the Hall of Fame as special teams guys. So, I mean, they changed the game, with that position and made it into something. and definitely, made an impact in the game while I'm doing it, So I'm cool with Steve making the top 10. He's definitely a top 10 all-time player, based upon what he was able to do in the Bills uniform and the success that came about him performing as a Buffalo Bill.
And he's still a big part of the Buffalo Bills community. And
right, I see him every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Ambassador.
Exactly. He's an ambassador. And Mookie talks to him. He has the honor of talking to the man. So, Justice, man. And any word on anything on Steve, man?
Yeah, man, I love Steve Tasker. He's an icon. Remember when he followed me on Twitter? I freaked out. I made a video for him, and he acknowledged it, and I was like one of the coolest days of my life. Steve Tasker is the man, and he absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I am definitely glad he ended up in the top 10 here because he's one of he's the top 10 most iconic Buffalo Bill ever. So much love to Steve Tasker.
Yeah, 100%. And to your point, I love when ex-former players, especially the big time ones, like your tweet or follow you. It's feels so good, even though it's so small of a thing. It feels like the best thing in the world just happened to you. So dude, I totally understand how you feel, man. With Steve Tasker following you, that's a pretty big deal, man. All right, guys. So anything else on Steve? Nope, nothing. All right. So we're gonna move on here. Going to number 8. Number 8, Billy Shaw.
Billy Shaw played from 1961 to 1969, offensive guard. Five-time first team All AFL selection from 62 to 66. Second team All AFL selection in 1968. 8-time AFL All-Star 62 to 69. Hall of Fame inductee in 1999. He was actually the first Hall of Famer ever inducted that played his entire career in the AFL. Member of the Bills all-time team and member of the Pro Football's all-decade team of the 1960s. Before my time, so I can't talk about his game, but on paper, this guy looked like he was a monster.
Yeah, before my time. But the one thing that stands out to me, he's the only player to make the Hall of Fame that never played in the NFL.
Not the only.
He was the first. Oh, the first now? I thought he was the only. Okay, so he's the first that never played in the NFL. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty damn cool. And yeah, man. I mean, look at all the AFL All-Star selections. That's an All-Pro, second team, 5-team. All, the guy did it all from what I see. So well deserved, and that's why he's number 8. Mookie, Justice, anything on Billy Shaw? I know it was before your time.
Yeah,
Justice,
he came in the league for 8 years and did nothing but dominate. This dude was clearly the man. Come on, what is this? Look at these stats. This is ridiculous. This is Aaron Donald type stuff. You know what I mean? This is crazy. So shout out to my man Billy Shaw.
Yeah. Shout out. I love that's Justice's. By the way, you guys, if you don't know, that's Justice's thing. He's not too familiar with the guys. Hey, he did his thing. Shout out to my man.
Respect.
Show him respect.
Mookie, man. Anything on Billy?
Hey, this is where our AFL titles come from. From this guy. Yep. So, I mean, the accolades pretty much speaks for themselves. Identifying some of the ones that was, brought the only title to this Bills organization, before the merger. So before the merger, the Bills were one of the top teams, if not the top team in the AFL, with Jack Kemp, being the quarterback of that mob. But, at the end of the day, you're only as good as the guys that you have up front blocking for you. And, you're not winning those titles without guys like Billy Shaw. So
100%.
Definitely respect due, and another good top 10 pick.
Yep. Anytime you can make an all decades team,
it
tells you everything you need to know.
You're pretty legit. All right, moving on. We're gonna move on to number 7. Number 7, Darryl Talley, the Spider-Man.
Darryl Talley played from 1983 to 1994. Linebacker, 2-time Pro Bowl selection, 90 and 91. Bills Wall of Fame inductee in 2003. Member of the Bills all-time team. His 1,137 tackles are second most on the team. whilst 38.5 sacks, ranked 10th on the team. His 188 games played, ranked 6th in team history and the most by any of our linebackers. Daryl Talley, his tackles, second most in the team history to one Bruce Smith. He was a tackling machine.
Yeah, dude was a beast. He was part of the Super Bowl runs. Loved his Spider-Man long sleeves. I remember that because I was a kid and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing, because you're a kid that's what we grow up on, right? Like superheroes. Absolutely. And I'm like, we have my favorite team that happens to have a guy wearing a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah.
I was like, yo. Dope. And he was the man. It wasn't like this is Bobby Hart wearing Spider-Man.
Right. It's like when Stevie Johnson did the Why So Serious. It's like, he's exactly. The Joker. That's cool.
Right. Yeah, and it stuck with him. And I think Daryl Talley, listen, he was the man. Like, he was just an unbelievable linebacker. He was a big part of that defense and why we went to 4 straight Super Bowls, which, by the way, I don't think will ever happen again. But, just an I really hope so, and win them. But this was an unbelievable player, unbelievable talent, and Mookie, anything, or is he anything on Daryl Talley, man?
Daryl Talley was a monster. He I mean, what does it be there? How many Pro Bowls Daryl Talley made it to? 2?
He only made 2. Right. Which is crazy. He was also when I did all the research, he was always in the running for like defensive player of the year, but he never won. He's he ranked 5th, 4th, 6th. He was always in the voting for it, but he never actually got selected. And Pro Bowls is more of a popularity thing at the time than actual based off of your performance. But it's crazy that those type of performances don't show up when you're ranked inside the and get those votes. Like Josh was second in MVP voting. He doesn't get the credit for MVPs, but he was still voted on.
Yeah, I mean, he used to put up crazy numbers too. So I'm like, he only made 2 Pro Bowls. It just lets you know how deep the talent was back then. When guys like Daryl Talley's making 150, 160 tackles. And still not, making it to the Pro Bowl, but they still was managed to, make it to 4 straight. And Daryl Talley was definitely the field general in reference to that, and got those guys in place. So, I mean, he's definitely gonna be acknowledged, in the Buffalo Bills in our eyes because of that factor alone. And top 10 definitely deserves, is a good spot for Daryl Talley. I ain't mad at that.
All right, Justice. Anything on Daryl, man?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. This is before I was born, but I know of Spider-Man just because he's that iconic. You know what I mean? And his wife is super, she's super dope on Twitter. She's really exciting and super into the community, and that's always dope. So, shout out to Daryl Talley. Top 10, number 8. Let's go.
All right. So we're gonna be moving on here to number 6. Coming at number 6, Joe, and I wish I knew his last name, Delamallary. I'm sorry
Joey D, man. They just call me Joey D, man.
Joey D.
Yeah, Joey D. There he
is. Better.
Yeah, Joey D. played from 1973 to 1979 and then came back for an encore season in 1985.
Okay.
3-time first team All-Pro from 75 to 77, 4-time second team All-Pro, 78 to 80, and then again in 83. 6-time Pro Bowl selection, 75 to 80, Hall of Fame inductee in 2003, member of the Bills all-time team, and named to the NFL's all-decade team of the 70s.
Is he on the Wall of Fame? Because I don't see that.
Of course, Joey D is on the Hall of Fame.
Okay, I just don't see it on the list there. Okay.
Listen, you'll see as we go through this, Tommy. I ran out of space for some of these guys.
Well, no wonder Molds isn't on there. His last name is long as hell, and there's no more room on the wall because this guy just put the D there.
Right. Joe DeLamielleure, man. Joe DeLamielleure. You want to say it with me? Joe DeLamielleure.
Joe DeLamielleure. I'm with you, Mookie.
AKA Joey D.
There you go.
Yeah,
before my time, man. But you know what's funny? We have a lot of offensive guards, offensive linemen in this list high, like that were beast, man. I'm talking from the 60s, 70s. I mean, these guys are some hard-nosed dudes that made our Hall of Famers. So crazy that we had these kind of guys on the team, and crazy that he has all those accolades. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Shout
Mookie,
out to
anything
the
on
big
Joey
boys.
D?
I mean, man, another Hall of Famer. And man, basically, he blocked for the juice. Juice is loose. I mean, just look at the picture. That just says a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Just running down steam right now.
Right.
So I mean, he was
with that old school helmet too.
Yeah,
where they got
he got the neck roll on too right now.
I love neck rolls. I wish. Why don't players wear those I love the neck rolls and then the little padding that like Brian Kais is to wear, the big old padding.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought they were mean, man, when they wear those, man. Justice, you want to say your classic word, man? Go ahead.
Why you think I don't know Joey D? I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know Joey D. But I mean, look at this. He clearly did his thing, and shout out to the big boys. Shout out to my boy Joey D. Because it's like Tommy said, there's a lot of offensive linemen in there, a lot of big boys. So shout out to the big boys.
Here we go. Now we cracked the top 5. Here we go, guys. Number 5. Coming in number 5, Andre Reed.
It's a great
Andre
picture.
Reed played from 1985 to 1999. 2-time second-team All-Pro, 89 to 90. 7-time Pro Bowl selections, 88 to 94. Hall of Fame inductee in 2014. Member of the Bills all-time team. Bills all-time leader in catches with 941. Receiving yards with 13,095. Touchdowns with 86. And games played with 221. He leads all Bills in games played.
And
why did it take him 15 years to get into the Hall of Fame? Like, what's that about?
The NFL just once again, I don't know what they're doing sometimes.
That's how it is.
There's a lot of players that still deserve to be in the Hall of Fame that get passed on it. That's a head scratcher. But yeah, real quick, guys, I do got a clip. It's a little long, so get some popcorn.
Andre Reed was the quiet Bill, the worker, the sweater, and not coincidentally, Jim Kelly's go-to receiver.
Wants to go long to Reed. He's down there, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Reed was an army of one.
Army alert!
A warrior who made his living going over the middle, utterly unafraid to take one for the team. Mostly, though, he just took off. His uncanny knack for making yards after the catch made him the AFC's most dangerous receiver of the 90s. His 13,198 yards receiving ranked 13th all time.
Reed at the 40, at the 35, 30, down to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Andre Reed scored! 60 yards, Andre Reed. And Reed just outraced everybody.
But Reed had more than great feet. He had sublime hands. His 951 receptions rank 11th all-time and earned him 7 straight trips to the Pro Bowl.
The Bills at the Kansas City 25. Now Kelly throws long to the end zone. Touchdown! It is Andre Reed!
Most of all, the 4th-round pick out of tiny Kutztown State was an athlete, a playmaker who made it happen any way he could.
And here's a reverse to Reed, and he drops the ball. He wants to throw downfield. He's got a man there, and it's caught at the 20-yard line. Andre Reed with an incredible pass off that dipsy-doodle play.
And it was Reed whose 3 TDs helped the Bills overcome a 35-3 deficit in a legendary win, now known simply as
the comeback.
You forget how good that guy was. You really do. You forget how good that guy was until you watch something like that.
Oh, dude, he was dominant, man. And I do remember that Houston game like it was yesterday, Mikey, sitting on my couch.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I've had that conversation.
Yeah. This dude was just electric, man. He was awesome. I know we were trying to get him that record, or I forget what it was, and he was not too happy because we were like, we did something his final game or whatever. But other than that, I mean, we got him his record. So the guy just loves Buffalo. he is like I said, he is part of that crew that got us to the 4 straight Super Bowl. So nothing but respect for Andre Reed, and that's why he's number 5, man, because he was Buffalo. He was the Buffalo Bills.
To be that size and be able to play the slot as well as he did is just amazing.
Yeah. And when you think Buffalo Bills, like, honestly, like, even if you're like Justice and he wasn't around back then, he still knows Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. Like, those guys' names will always be stamped. Like, it don't matter if you just became a Bills fan in 2016, right? Like, if you're a Bills fan, you better know your history, and these guys are the main guys you better know. Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, right? Bruce Smith. And it will forever be stamped in Buffalo, man. Forever. I'm talking years and years and years and years and years and years. So, Justice, anything on Andre Reed?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, just, my older brothers and whatnot, they always talked about Andre Reed and how good he was and whatnot. And, people will say that, he's the best wide receiver in Bills history. So, obviously, he had to be special. And, hey, did he play during the season of the Music City Miracle?
No, that was in 99. He retired in
2000. No,
did he?
He played through 99.
I don't think he was on that team. I don't think he was on that.
No, he might. No, because 99 was his last year with the Bills.
Okay, but he didn't play that. I don't remember him playing that game.
Then he played 1 year after that.
Okay, I don't remember. I don't remember that game. I just remember we put him in for a certain game. It was his last game. It was like a BS game, and he was upset about it. But I don't remember him being in that game. I'll be honest with you. But maybe he was. He just saw, because I know towards the end he was seeing less playing time, and that was like the thing. He wasn't liking, and we wound up putting him in just to get some kind of record or something like that. But yeah, either way. All right, moving on. Let's see here, guys. All right, coming in number 4, Thurman Thomas.
Thurman Thomas played from 1988 to 1999 with the Bills. NFL MVP selection 1991, 2-time first-team All-Pro selection in 1990 and 1991, 3-time second-team All-Pro selection in 98 and 02, 5-time Pro Bowl selection 89 through 93, Hall of Fame inductee in 2007, member of the Bills all-time team, named to the NFL all-decade team in the 1990s. He's also the Bills all-time rushing leader in yards and touchdowns. And we could probably kept on going. I just ran out of room for all his because I mean I could have went into like what he did with NFL stats stuff, but I just ran out of room for all these guys that are up at the top. There's too many accomplishments to list here. So I just named all the big ones because he's a Wall of Famer. He's in the top 10 of all time.
I never knew he won an MVP. That's crazy.
Yeah, 91.
It's dope.
Dude was legit. He was a all around great player. Like he could catch up the backfield.
Had an MVP winner. That's really cool.
We've had a few.
Yeah. He was legit as you can be, man. Like Thurman Thomas. He could, like I said, could catch out the backfield, which Jim Kelly absolutely loved. Like that was his guy when he was running out of trouble. Like Thurman Thomas was just there and can make plays, yards after catch. That was his thing, man. I do got a clip real quick, guys. I'm going to play. Once again, get your popcorn ready.
Well, okay, so they give it to him this time, and as long as you put up, you don't have to shut up. And Thurman Thomas turns in on the left.
Dude, he was that dude.
Yes, he was.
He was just, bro. He could break tackles. He had
Anybody?
speed. He could catch.
Anybody?
I mean,
Yeah, anybody who can keep Barry Sanders on the bench in college.
Oh man, OSU.
Like that Oklahoma State team must have been really good. Have those two guys in the backfield.
Oh, you think? But Barry
Bo,
is
right.
No, Barry. Barry
Oh,
Sanders.
Yeah,
Barry.
yeah, it's Thurman and Barry together. in Oklahoma
I
State.
love.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Growing up in that era, I love Thurman Thomas, but I'm also a realist. Barry Sanders is the best running back ever to play.
I absolutely.
Even though I love Thurman Thomas, I do. But Barry Sanders was.
He was special.
He
was
no
different.
other. But yeah,
You have to remember.
But I will say this though: Thurman Thomas was a better pass catcher than Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders, running back wise though, was I don't know if we'll ever see a guy like that again, like with his cuts and just his fight, like he was unbelievable. But anyways,
you
Thurman
said
Thomas
OK
was the
State,
man.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not tripping. Bo did go there, right?
No, Bo didn't. Bo went to Auburn.
No, Auburn. Bo went to Auburn. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
am
Bo
I
went to
thinking
Auburn.
about? Okay.
Yeah,
All right, never
yeah.
mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Justice, anything on Terminator?
Yeah. No, shout out to my man Thurman. I mean, I know about Thurman Thomas, but like, I don't know enough to say because like obviously he's a legend and me sitting up here telling everybody what everybody knows it wouldn't really do it justice. So
The thing about Thurman Thomas was he was Marshall Faulk before Marshall Faulk. Thurman Thomas was actually probably before his time.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
He was the guy you would split out and throw him to. You saw it in the clips. Like he was legendary, but he was before his time. What he would do in today's NFL would be mind-boggling.
I do have somebody.
James Cook 2.0. What?
I do have somebody, guys, that I want to put in this top 10 that deserves it. Not a player.
No place else you'd rather be than right here, right now. When it's too tough for them, it's just right.
They played their hearts out absolutely, but just wasn't to be this year.
Very quiet locker room, as you can imagine, after the game. And I went over, didn't know what I was going to say. Sit down next to Scott Norwood. And before I could say anything to him, Daryl and Nate Odoms came over.
I said, man, don't worry about it. I miss tackles, man. The game should have never come down to that. And we all had chances in that game to make plays, to make a difference in it.
You go back to the hotel and you just you mourn. You pound your mattress. Finally, you get off by yourself in the dark of night and everybody's asleep. And I remembered some words from a poem about an old Scottish warrior. Fight on, my men, Sir Andrew said. A little I'm hurt, but not yet slain. I'll just lie down and bleed a while. Then I'll rise and fight again.
Marv Levy.
Honorable
Best
mention.
coach
Definitely deserves to be an honorable mention of the top 10. He's the greatest
figured I'd
coach in the
throw-
Bills' history at this,
I had to throw that in there because Marv Levy, well deserved. He, even though he wasn't a player, man, he's another guy that will forever.
He was the leader.
Everybody want.
He's the leader of these men.
Yep,
that's really cool. I think that's dope that you added him into it because I think it's very well deserved.
Yep. All right, moving on. Coming in number 3, OJ Simpson.
OJ Simpson played from 1969 to 1977. NFL MVP selection in 1973. 3-time NFL Player of the Year, 72, 73, and 75. 5-time first team All-Pro selection, 72 to 76. 6-time Pro Bowl selection, 69, 72 through 76. Hall of Fame inductee in 85, member of the Bills all-time team. NFL All-Rookie team selection in 69, ranked second in team history in rushing with 10,183 yards and rushing touchdowns with 57. The man was known as the Juice for a reason.
The dude was unbelievable. Before my time, but I saw many highlights. Probably one of the first players that was not first, but around that where he was a superstar, like outside of Buffalo, like he was the guy, like
mainstream.
Yeah, but on the field, he was a dog. Like he was a dog on the field. He had it all. He had the size, he had the speed. He could, like I said, run you over and take it to the house, 100 yards. and he got to that. I'll never forget the 2,000 yards when I watched the film. It was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable moment. And yeah, man, OJ Simpson, man, he listen for what I mean. I know we talk about his the things he did or whatever, but on the football field, football related, he deserves to be number 3, and that's why he's here, and that's why he's still in the Hall of Fame, because you can't take away the things he did on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Justice, anything on OJ? I know he's before your time, but I know you know OJ.
Who don't know OJ? I mean,
exactly.
I don't even know if I can use my phrase for OJ. I mean, he was a dog, clearly. I mean, I watched a few documentaries or whatever, and just looking at what he was to America at the time, when he was the running back. Apparently, he was just like a superstar, like movie star type guy, and he like really made waves in the entertainment industry. So I mean, he was clearly that guy, and maybe if he had anger management classes, he could have been in like
right, yeah. I do got a long clip, guys, because once we got in the top 10, guys, I did make the clips a little longer because these guys deserve longer clips because what they did. So brace yourself, but this was a good one.
That hero came forth in frigid Buffalo. His mother named him Orenville. The press called him OJ. And later, millions hailed him simply as the Juice. Like the legends, he played on the ice. Like a superstar, he set records on it. OJ had it all. The speed, the size, the move.
That last scene is almost like exactly what happened to his career. Like, that's great.
Yo, I had to put that.
That's hilarious.
When he got the paint on his arm, like it was such a big deal. He's like, oh no. But yeah, the Naked Guns. I remember I was like, oh man. Before the whole incident, I was like, that's OJ, Buffalo Bills, baby. Like, Nordberg. But yeah, man, unbelievable. And he had he had a ton of commercials. If you guys remember Hurt,
was it car sales and stuff?
Yeah, man. Like, this dude was a superstar, man. And hey, he's back at it, by the way. He's on Twitter. So
He's one of the first. He's one of the first football players to cross over to mainstream.
I think he called Deshaun Watson a bad person today, or something like that.
Isn't that called the kettle calling the pot black? I mean, dang.
Anything else on Thurman, guys? All right, so we're gonna move to number 2, and there's no surprise here, guys. Number 2, Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, the rifleman himself, played from 1986 to 1996. First team All-Pro selection 91, second team All-Pro selection 92, 5-time Pro Bowl selections in 87 88 and 90 to 93. Hall of Fame inductee in 2002, member of the Bills all-time team. He's the Bills all-time leader in passing yards, completions, attempts, and passing touchdowns. He definitely deserves top 5. I'm not sure he would have been my number 2 overall, but he was also the leader of those teams. And the reason why I say that, and I see the look on your face, Justice, I'm telling I would have put Thurman Thomas personally at 2. However, you're nitpicking in the top 5. Really. Jim Kelly was a beast, is a beast. What happened to him after his playing career and how he's beat cancer numerous times he's a living legend in Buffalo, and he deserves to be in the top 5. Put him at number 2. I have nothing but love for that man.
Yeah, I definitely think he deserves number 2 spot, Mikey. Listen, he was he didn't want to come here initially. We all know that. He went to the USFL. He was dreading the fact that he had to come here. So it was a really unbelievable that he winded up still coming here when the USFL folded. We paid him. I think he was the highest contract at the time, but he wound up falling in love with the Buffalo Bills. We were a bad team, and I don't know when you started watching, Mikey, but I started in '89. But in those late '80s, like '87, '88, like we were bad. Like it was just a bad team before Jim Kelly came. Jim Kelly came. I think we got into the playoffs. I think the following season, that season '88, and then we started getting players like Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, and started really building a core. If it wasn't for Jim Kelly being on this team, even with those awesome players like Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith, even, there's no way we go to the Super Bowl without a quarterback. As we know today, that we sit here and talk about how great Josh Allen is. Without Josh Allen, even if we had Stephon Diggs, even if we had Von Miller, even if we had a great running back, without a true leader at that position, you're not going to get where you need to be, in my opinion. And Jim Kelly, to get to a Super Bowl 4 straight seasons, even though we didn't win it, it speaks volume. The guy was that good. He's a Hall of Fame, and then not only that, he's just a great person outside football. So to me, he's well deserved at number 2 for everything he's done. The 5-time Pro Bowl selections, the second team All-Pro, the first team All-Pro, Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame. The guy's done it all except for win the big game. And, that's unfortunate, but there's other great Hall of Fame players that never won a Super Bowl, never even been to a Super Bowl. So you can't really take that away from him because he didn't win a Super Bowl. Other than that, I got nothing but love for Jim Kelly, and that's why he's number 2. Justice?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, obviously Jim Kelly is the man. He is the legend of Buffalo. Probably the most iconic Buffalo Bill of all time. Just obviously based on, what he did for the city of Buffalo, how he's still very much entrenched in the culture of the Buffalo Bills and everything that goes with it. He has been nothing but a fighter, his entire life, basically, especially, during his NFL career and after his NFL career. He had to face cancer, God rest his sons.
Yeah, I forgot about
and he's had to deal with a lot. So I'm not mad at the number 2 spot. The only reason I made that face, Mikey, is because in preparation for this, I did some interviews with some people, and this person asked to remain anonymous. So I won't say nothing, but he said, or he or she said, that Jim Kelly would be in the 30s somewhere if it was up to them, and that he's the reason that they lost all 4 Super Bowls. I was wearing 95. Don't kill me.
He was not the reason they lost the Super Bowl.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't see those Super Bowls.
I watched
so
those Super Bowls.
This is what I was told. All right, so I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
they're extremely wrong. Whoever said that, I'm glad. Smart. Let me tell you something real quick. Smart for them to remain anonymous, because Bill's Mafia would be all over that ass, whoever it is, in the top in 30.
Those were two different people, by the way. Somebody said
what,
they were 30,
then
and
two
then
different people better remain. Yeah, they got to remain anonymous.
They have their opinion, and we respect their opinion.
Yeah, I get it. But
you know, when I was
off.
saying I didn't think he should be at 2, I was thinking maybe he should be at 3 or 4 at the lowest. I wasn't,
Wait, what is the Wandering Buffalo faxing?
Yeah, what are you faxing? The faxing that he should be in 30s? I hope not. I hope not, man. That's
shout
crazy,
out,
bro.
Shout out to
yeah. Listen, the
Buffalo.
reason why, and I don't know if you watch Justice, the Super Bowls, but I mean, I watch. Unfortunately,
I would not. I'm sorry.
I
know the outcome already. I would not sit through that.
Right.
I wouldn't sit through it either if I was you.
I really, honestly, it does hurt, but it won't hurt as bad because you weren't around watching it live. Like you weren't, you didn't live those days. So I would recommend, honestly, to watch it because
I might watch the Giants game, but the other ones where there was no shot, then no.
Well, no, that's not true. Well, we were up against Dallas at the half. Okay, we had a shot at that time. It just was Dermot Thomas fumbled before the half. We could have scored. So there was things that happened in that game that we could have went up bigger. Now, the Giants game, and I always say it is the one we should have won. I think we were favored to win. We had a better team, in my opinion.
Team.
Yeah, it just I think we went in there a little lackadaisical, to be honest with you. I think we were a little bit overconfident, and it happens. Okay, that stuff like that happens, and it happened to the Patriots. The Patriots were better than the Giants. Let's be real, and they got beat by the Giants. So it wasn't Jim Kelly's fault why we lost Super Bowls. We were just out. We were outbeat. We were outplayed.
Outplayed.
A whole team. It's a team effort. Jim Kelly didn't go in there throwing 10 interceptions. The whole team did bad. Thurman Thomas did bad. You heard that clip right there. Darryl Talley missing tackles. I mean, there's a lot that goes on in a football game. You can't just blame one person. So
yeah,
that's how I see it. I watched those Super Bowls, and it's a team game, guys. This isn't NBA, right? Where there's a go-to guy and he's the guy, and he's gonna take the last shot. Or if he has a bad game, that's it. The team will suffer. This is a whole team effort, man. And it just didn't happen, man. But it is what it is. Anything else on Jim Kelly, guys?
Yeah, so look at this. He's the Bills' all-time passing leader in yards, completions, attempts, and touchdowns. He's a Hall of Famer, a member of the all-time team, has many first-team and second-team All-Pros. The guy is a legend and belongs in the top 3 or 4. You can debate where you want to put him, and that's everyone's right. But at the end of the day, thank God for Jim Kelly. He I don't know if you guys heard his story, but they wanted to make him a linebacker in college.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just knew he didn't want to come here initially. By the way, that draft was unbelievable. That 84 draft was
it like him, Elway, Marino, or something?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, look at me. Football.
Don't forget. Warren Moon also played for the USFL. So there's a lot of so did Reggie White. A lot of great talent went to USFL. So it wasn't like he was going to CFL like that. They were they thought that league might have took off, but it didn't. I do got something on Jim Kelly real quick. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Here we go.
I've never seen a guy get hit so many times, take so many hits to his whole entire body and get right up and still go out and perform and still give us an opportunity to win football games. I mean, he can go out there and he can have a broken leg or arm or whatever. He's going to try to attempt to get out there in that football field.
I can remember one time throwing one like this hey, his bell's right. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He got hit pretty good, and I was sitting to the sideline, telling the coaches, hey, we need to get Frank in here. We need to get Frank in here. Jim is out of it, and he saw me do that, and I think it just snapped on him. Hey, leave me alone. I know I messed up, but I want to play this game. And I was like, all right, well, you go ahead.
You can tell something's wrong with him. And first of all, he goes 56, which is just an off-tackle running play. So we run it. He calls it again. We run it. After about the 5th time in a row, we're going, wait a minute, something's wrong here. I turned and said, man, what's up, And we run the same play. He said, well, give me another one. That's the only one I can think of.
We played in New Orleans, and I remember getting the heck beat. I get sandwiched one time, and I went hit the turf. My head, I looked up, and I just saw stars, and the dome was spinning. And all I heard was the fans just cheering because they thought they knocked me out of the game. And I said, oh, I'm not leaving this game. I popped right back up and wound up beating them.
He has the belief that as long as he's in there, he's going to win. And that's another part where his toughness comes from, because he's like, I'm staying in here because we're going to win if I'm in here. And if I let it go, then we might not win.
I've been in a game where he threw 3 interceptions in the first quarter of a game. Most guys would wilt and go into a shell. Before the game was already thrown 5 touchdowns. We won the game.
One of the great qualities that a quarterback needs is to have the ability in the late in the game to just suck it up and go get it done. Kind of gritting your teeth and going and winning games. Most human beings would, about that time, say, I'll fake it, and I just won't do it. And Jim has continually answered the bell in some physical games.
Yeah, that's Jim Kelly for you.
Yo,
I didn't know
the
that.
same play 5 times. Yo, that's
They're
crazy.
like, there's something wrong with him. He keeps running the same play. He's like, give me a different one.
Give me a different play. That's the only one I can remember. That's
wild.
Scary.
Tell
wild,
me something else, right? Yeah, dude. So CTE's, wasn't really.
I was about to say the NFL don't want that video coming out today.
Right?
Don't nobody say that today.
My channel gets banned now.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. All right, guys. Anything else on Jim?
No.
All right. Well, guys,
one day. It seems real.
We are here. We are here, and we are here to the #1 greatest Buffalo Bill player of all time, and that is Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith played from 1985 to 1999 for the Bills, defensive end, 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 90 and 96, 8-time first-team All-Pro selection, 87 through 88, 89, 93 through 97, 3-time second-team All-Pro selection, 89, 92, and 98, 11-time Pro Bowl selection, 87 through 90, and then 92 through 98. His only year he didn't make it was his 91 season. That's because he only played 5 games and got hurt. Hall of Fame induction in 2009, member of the Bills all-time team. Named to the NFL all-decade teams in both the 80s and the 90s. The NFL's all-time sack leader with 200, including a team record with 171 sacks. The dude was an animal. The greatest defensive player ever to play in the NFL.
Yep, ever. Can we all say it? Bruce. Yes. And a record that I will continue to say and debate with anyone that will never be broken. I think the 200 sack record.
It will be extremely hard. The longevity isn't going to be there.
I do not think it's going to be broken, in my opinion. I get, like I said, it's just it's a good debate to have, but I just think in order to get that, you would have to be extremely, extremely lucky, stay healthy, stay consistent in sack totals, and stay at least almost 20 seasons and be consistent, be good. And you guys, listen, you already see like great players like Von Miller, JJ Watt. You see their numbers start to dwindle. Okay. You also see that there's also talk like, hey, teams are scared to sign this guy because his age, 33, like now, like 32 is old. This guy was 40 years old, still doing his thing. Yes, Aaron Donald. Right. What does that say?
How many career total sacks does Aaron Donald have? He's 98, yo.
He's 100 away.
Never being touched.
Not only that, but he was talking about retirement at the end of last season.
That's what I'm saying, yo. I was thinking like he would be at like 160 or something.
No, he's at 98.
Look at the list crazy. Is on. The list is unbelievable when you look at the NFL all-time sack leader. So obviously we all know Reggie White was a half sack away, I believe it was. And then the next one below him is Kevin Green at 168. Other than that, nobody. And we're talking
Reggie White retired with 199.5.
Yes, or 199. He was one. He was just short. So
That's
Bruce,
crazy.
he had the record. He had the sack record. Bruce Smith
broke
beat his
record.
record.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry.
Bruce Smith was only injured 1 year. 1 year, guys.
And in that 1 year, he had 7 sacks in 5 games.
Right. Like the dude, like people don't understand. Like he played like that, and that's why when people talk about how great Brady is, and he's he's old, he's playing. This was a different position. This is a position where, and back in the day, man, these guys are getting hit over and over and over and over and over. It's a brutal position, and Bruce Smith to stay healthy is crazy, and to stay consistent. When he was 39 on the Washington football team, he got 10 sacks. 10. We're like begging for 10 on our current team.
Yeah. Out of prime guys.
Right. So it's like, I just don't, that's why I don't see it getting beaten.
He got 10.
That
like,
and that
built different.
That, and I will say this, a lot of players now, they're venturing off because they know about CTE. They don't want to hurt their bodies. They want to go out in the sun, like with their bodies feeling good and do other things like broadcasting or whatever else. Yeah, or whatever else they're going to do in life. Like they don't want to leave the field like with problems. And that's why I feel like that's
Tom
another.
Brady, and you play
but Brady's not getting. But the quarterback's a different sport. It's a different thing now. They're not getting touched. But that's why I don't think it's ever going to be broken. But I do got a clip here, Bruce Smith, and I'm going to play it right now, guys. Here we go for Bruce.
I'm holding Bruce Smith's shoe, man. Do you know what Bruce does in these shoes, man? Bad things, man. I mean bad things. Things that I just can't possibly talk about.
Dude was relentless. He was just relentless, man.
He's a physical freak.
Yeah, offensive lineman could not block that dude, man. Like they just couldn't. He was unbelievable, man. Best ever, like Mikey said, best ever to do it, in my opinion. In Mikey's opinion.
Yeah, defense. He's the best defensive player ever to play the game.
Yeah, like, in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion. Justice.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I see. Here's the thing. I'm of a new generation, so I've been running around saying Aaron Donald's the best ever. But honestly, that sack totals. And to be fair, Aaron Donald is a defensive tackle, so it's different. But at the same time, like a 200 is absolutely bonkers, So that's crazy. I never got to see him play, but from all accounts of what I've heard, he was basically Aaron Donald before Aaron Donald. Like you couldn't block him one-on-one. He was running through everybody. Even if you double teamed him, it didn't matter. Like like you just said, 10 sacks in 30 at 39 is crazy. 7 sacks in a 5-game season is nuts. Like our season high for our sack total might be.
Yeah, it might have been more
7
than that. I can't
now.
I can't remember exactly the number, but I think it actually might have been more. I think it was 7 and 5 though. It's crazy.
I don't think the Bills sack leader last year had 7. I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but I don't think they had 7. Like that's crazy.
Addison was our sack leader last year.
That's
how
disgusting.
about? I mean, it's getting off topic, but Derek Thomas had like 7 in one game.
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Yeah, Derek Thomas holds the most in a game ever.
Sheesh. Why would you not block that, man? Oh my god.
Derek Thomas was a different animal, bro.
Derek Thomas was taken too soon too.
He passed away in a car accident. Yeah,
he was taken too soon.
He was a beast, dude.
Bruce Smith and Reggie White have always been talked about the 2 greatest defensive players ever to play the game because they were so similar in the way they played. Towards the end, Reggie kicked more inside than Bruce ever did, but those two were just man-child.
Yeah. Well, guys, we wrapped it up. This
We
is
did.
a 5-week thing, and I think a lot of people kind of figured
It's more than a 5-week thing because this was going on. Fan base, the effort the Buffalo fan base put behind this, Justice and team.
And
when
there's
I say
a movie
team,
coming too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. When I say team, I mean all the fan base. They all chimed in on this. We appreciate them all over
100%.
there to help us create this. That turned this into a 5-week show, but it was about a 2-month process. So shout out to all our fan base colleagues out there. We appreciate everything you guys do, and make sure you guys catch the shows. We have shows every night of the week.
Yeah, Justice, while we got you on, you have anything to that's going on in fan base that you want to say now, like that people can know about coming up shows or anything like that?
Oh my God, Tommy, bro, we got so much coming. But we just had our first couple Mafia minutes. Obviously, my man Tommy and Kyrie shot the first couple Mafia minutes this today. So make sure you guys check that out. That'll be every day. Tomorrow night, I have Versus series for basketball though. So we're doing basketball. It's going to be Kobe versus LeBron, top 20 highlights. So you know you want to see that, And then Wednesday, me and Caveman got a show. We rebranded, so I'm gonna let y'all know, what's going on with that. And then Friday
on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. And then Friday, we have the Versus series in football. That's me and my man Jake Jordan. We are doing LaShawn McCoy versus Barry Sanders. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that one. Yes. And then last but not least, on Sunday, damn, I'm so busy. Oh my God. Sunday, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Detroit Lions. Thanksgiving, week 12 of the Madden Cast series. So that's exciting as well. And
how is that going, by the way, Justin? What is the Buffalo Bills record on Madden?
Yeah. So the Bills right now are 10-1. Nope. We're going into week 12, so they're 9-1.
Who do we lose against? Curious.
Packers.
Right.
Packers. And it was a man thing because like at the end the AI completely botched the time situation, and the Bills had an opportunity to win, and they just let the time run. It was stupid. So
Madden.
It was a Madden thing. Yeah, but you guys are more than welcome on any platform because I love working and talking with you guys.
Yeah,
so
you'll catch me in the chat almost every week, and I get in there, and it's fantastic. Listen, I love video games. I love Madden. I don't think I ever would have been one of those guys that's like, yeah, I sit down and watch a simulated game. But these guys are entertaining. They always have guests on.
Thank you, man.
We saw Robin come in. She was awesome. It's a fantastic time. And I get in there and I just chat with people.
Yeah, you guys do it different. You do a play-by-play, which makes it unique. Because I've seen others where they just play it.
Right.
And it's like
that's what made us different, and
exactly.
then everybody else wanted to do it the same way.
Exactly. So yeah, I dig that, man, because it's a Sunday. I'm like, yeah, what's on? Nothing's really on.
Bills game is
check
on.
This out.
Yeah, man, it's the Bills game.
My favorite part of what you guys do there is neither one of you guys know the outcome. So you're watching it live with us.
Well,
right. You have no idea if Madden's going to screw us or
exactly. Because if we saw, we wouldn't have changed the results of the Green Bay game, but like it would have been an alarm system. Like, well, that was weird, but we don't know what's going on. So we figure out the same time as you guys figure out. That's what makes the play calling authentic,
Yeah. So guys, Mafia Sports Report real quick, just to tell you guys a little bit too. We got a lot going on too on our channel, on our side. Tomorrow night is Nuclear Heat Wave Wrestling Podcast, which is their debut, their premiere, which is pretty cool. They start at 8:30. So if you're into wrestling, WWE, AEW, whatever, tune into their show at 8:30. And then Wednesday, Rally Towel Sports is also premiering on my network. They are also coming on at 8:30. That will be cool. It's just different. They're basically talking
dunks and drives.
Yep. And they're basically talking sports, man. So they're just talking. It's not, a Buffalo Bills per se thing, but it's more about just everything, NBA, NFL, golf, whatever. So they're cool guys.
Sports report, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. It's a sports report. And then, we also got Jason Malloy. He's going to be going live soon on Monday nights as soon as hockey kicks off. But he's doing videos here and there. And that's a really cool podcast. So check him out as well. And that's a Warpath crossover podcast. And then Friday night, me and Mikey will be back. What's the date, Mikey? We're doing it. What did we say?
It's in 3 weeks, so it is what, the 19th?
Okay.
The 19th.
So
You guys taking a vacation?
No, just a Friday night.
We were gonna use Friday night. We were gonna start on the 12th, but I have a work trip and I won't be back in time for that show. So we're gonna start it on the 19th.
Yeah, and that's Friday Night Lights. So it'll be right before a preseason game, which will be pretty cool. It'll be the second preseason game, I believe. And then we also have our a Saturday daytime show where me and Mikey are doing. I forget the date on that as well. September something. What's the date on that?
September 3rd. Saturday, September 3rd will be our first show. And it'll be Fantasy Kingdom. That's all fantasy. So we won't be talking about the drafts, fantasy drafts. We'll be talking about week 1 on September 3rd.
Fantasy football. Yep. And then AFC Shakedown. September, I think 5th as well. And that is I got a guy, Captain D, who represents the Dolphins. I got Long Island Joe, who represents the Jets. And I got Trevor and Juan over at Sports Dynasty, who represent the Patriots. So that's a cool show too. Tune in. Let's just talk AFC East. So other than that, man, I appreciate you guys hanging in with us again. Another awesome episode. Next week, me and Mikey will be back Monday, and we will talk about training camp, because training camp, the pads are on. I didn't get to talk to you yet, really, just because you weren't in. Actually, how do you feel like training camp's going so far? How do you feel? You know, what's going on with Josh Allen and Jordan Phillips, the Micah Hyde situation,
our offensive line situation.
The only thing about it is that, like, I know none of this stuff will matter in like a week, so yeah, it's hard for me to like get into it. But I really like what I'm hearing out of Khalil Shakir. I really like what I'm hearing out of Christian Benford, because I told y'all about Christian Benford. Watch out for Christian.
He got run with the first team today
because he's a beast, and I told y'all he was going to be a starter by next year. So, you know, I'm really liking what I'm hearing. James Cook apparently is a beast as well. You know, Stephon Diggs is obvious. You know, him and Josh are still on the same page. Apparently, Gabriel Davis is a budding superstar from what I'm hearing. You know, I like what I'm hearing, man. I like what I'm hearing a lot. So.
And you do know preseason is next Saturday, right? Like,
I'm excited for
right around the corner.
You know what, bro? I'm so football deprived. I'm excited for the Hall of Fame game. Like,
right? Yeah,
I'm ready for that. Like,
and when is that? Is this week, right?
August
this Thursday,
4th,
correct?
Yeah.
August 4th.
Yeah, this week. So I'll be at work, but I'll be able to watch it on the screens. But yeah, dude, I'm the same way. Like, most people are like, oh, and it is not the greatest game, but I just need something fresh.
It's football.
Right? I need
professional football, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I need a fresh. I'm tired of replays, you know, because I've been watching Buffalo Bills highlights all offseason. I'm like, I need something new.
One of my favorite parts about this year's preseason is going to be, you know, when the first team isn't out there, you're going to see the Khalil Shakirs and the James Cooks.
Yes.
And they're gonna have you know, a quarterback that can actually get them the ball. It's not gonna be like you have a quarterback running around that can't get. It'll be Matt Barkley. You know,
it'll be Case Keenum instead of Matt
Keenum.
Barkley.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Matt Barkley will be there, but
I mean, he'll be throwing to the. We'll have Barkley throwing to the Stevensons and the Hodgins so you'll actually, you know, but you'll have Keenan throwing to the Shakirs and things like that. So it'll be nice to see some of those young guys. So give us something to look at later in the preseason games.
Also, there's a lot really in the preseason I'm kind of looking for, right? So you got the punt thing going on, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we're all curious how he's going to do punting, and then you got the kick return thing going on, right? Is Austin going to be the guy? Can Marcus Stevenson bounce back? You know, from what
is it going to be Shakir?
Right. Is it going to be Khalil Shakir? Right. So there's so much going on other than just like, we know our starters. We know they're going to be good, but it's the other dudes that we're really all curious about. I'm curious about also like Shaq Lawson. I want to see him. I want to see AJ Epinesa because supposedly he's having a good camp so far. Let's see what he can do in preseason because he really needs to step up this season. So there's a lot of guys to look forward to in this preseason. So and that's why I think the preseason is going to be pretty fun.
I'm interested to see that linebacker position behind the first two. See what Bernard has,
and
Dodson,
Smith.
yeah. I'm interested to see how they all rotate in to see who's going to be kept.
Yep.
And
So
the cool thing about like being a Bills fan right now is that our starters are obviously really, really good. We're considered to be the best roster in the NFL. But then like our depth pieces are like would be starters on like half of the other teams in the NFL. So like we're actually excited to watch these guys. So preseason will actually mean something to us versus other people who gotta watch like David Blau go out there and play. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Did you guys catch the did you guys catch this? I gotta play this real quick before we get off. Hold on. Tell me that doesn't get
That's fun.
Oh yeah, doesn't get you. Oh my God.
By the way, Tommy, we got to take
Yeah.
a second. We have a Jets fan in the comments showing out respect.
Oh, we got a Jets
We
fan.
appreciate you, Dakota.
Where Dakota? Let me see here.
Dakota
I was
Jet.
ready to say ill, but if he's respectful, then all right,
Okay,
cool.
hey,
he
Dakota
came in to
J.
show respect to
No, that's cool. Hey, if you're still on here, Dakota, tune
cool
into
with
the
that.
AFC East Shakedown. I'm gonna have, I don't know if you watch, but Long Beach Joe is gonna be on the AFC East Shakedown. He's gonna be representing your Jets. So
I
season,
love that they
tune
put
in.
the Patriots fourth.
Oh, I love
that
it
they put
too.
the Patriots
Yeah,
fourth.
Hey, you guys had a great
totally
draft.
cool
I'm not gonna lie.
with this ranking. I
Yeah,
love
I'm
that.
good with that. I am totally cool with that. And good for you guys if you guys can have a better. I think you will have a better season. You guys had a good draft. I will give you that.
they did have a great
I like Robert Saleh. I like Saleh. He's good. He's a good coach.
Yep.
I don't like that they're turning things around there, to be perfectly honest. But Joe Douglas
same.
seems to be doing well. I loved what they did in the draft. I'm not sold on Wilson yet. He's got the talent, but let's see if he has the can put it together.
The cojones.
Yeah,
I call it the 3-year rule for me at least. So like if you haven't shown progress, I'm not saying you have to be like lighting it up by year 3, but that's kind of where I'm at with Tua over in Miami. So it's like he's kind of like just he's not really.
You got to see it this year. You have to show
this is it.
Progress.
Like they built around, like they gave you the wide receivers now. So you got to show something, right? You got to stay healthy too. Like that's another thing with Tua. He just can't stay on the field. So, hey, but that's not our problem.
Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to shout out Dakota as they came into the
cool, man.
comments.
I appreciate you hopping on, man. And like I said, check out AFC Shakedown, man. Your buddy Long Beach Joe, who represent you guys, will be there, man. So, any last word, guys?
Make sure you like and subscribe to the Buffalo Fanbase YouTube channel. We're doing big things this year. 100%. We're excited. Come on over to Mafia Sports Report, where Tommy and I are trying to bring you more and more things that are not only Buffalo but outside of Buffalo as well. Trying to bring more content to everybody and have fun doing it.
100%. Justice, any last words, man?
Yeah, man. I want to say absolutely come and take this ride with us, the Buffalo fan base. We are going to be doing crazy things this year. And then to top it off, the Bills are winning the Super Bowl is going to be a wild year. So you might as well be along for the ride, man. Definitely shout out to you guys as well. You guys have brought so much energy and spirit to the grew. So many great ideas, like this top 100 Mafia, man. Like you guys are awesome. So even though Mikey, when you sent me those video screenshots, there was no audio. I was like, but
the audio didn't come through.
The audio didn't come through. It's all good though. But
you, Mikey.
Man. I really appreciate you guys. Seriously, y'all are awesome, and I appreciate you guys. Having me on with you guys.
I appreciate you coming on, man. All right, man. So we're gonna play the best outro on any channel. Here we go. The Bills make me want to shout. Go Bills, man. Peace.